Hi everyone. Hey everyone, welcome to the live training session, How to Create Dashboards and Bricks. We'll just wait for a couple of more seconds for others to join in. In the meantime, you could let us know on the Zoom chat, like from where are you joining in from? Okay, and I'll just share my screen. Hey everyone, welcome again to the live training session on AI dashboards. In this session, we will be covering some of the advanced features which we have launched in the last couple of weeks, especially branding, auto refresh, filters, and templates. I suppose we can get started. So, hey everyone, I'm Anshul. I'm here with Nathan, who is a lead developer in Bricks. He has been leading quite a lot of AI efforts in Bricks, and I'm product and engineering lead in Bricks. So today we'll be covering a live demo and a little bit more basics about how do you create dashboards and reports from your spreadsheet data with the help of AI. We'll first walk through a live demo. Nathan will be presenting it. How do you actually create it in Bricks? We will then be covering some of our advanced features, as I just mentioned. We will also be having a sneak peek of what is coming in Bricks, what are new features we have in our product roadmap. And then, of course, please drop in your questions on Zoom chat. We'll be answering them as we are running through the webinar. Now, what you can do about in Bricks and what is Bricks about? Bricks is essentially your AI data analyst, which understands your data. Like it understands how your data is structured, what all data you have imported. And from that data, you can actually create beautiful looking dashboards and reports. I'm sure most of you must have used some advanced BI tooling systems such as Power BI, Tableau, and a lot of visual enhancement tools such as Canva. You can consider Bricks to be sitting right in between, which gets all the power from Power BI. It has all the features what you need for your analysis and data visualization, but in the most beautiful manner as you would have expected in Canva, for example. So this is what I think we have focused Bricks, especially to understand your data and to create beautiful visuals. And everything is just so simple. With the help of one click, you just need to import your data, as we'll see in the next set of section. You just have to import your data and the dashboard will get created without you specifying any prompt. Before we deep dive into the demonstration, let me quickly walk through all the new features what we have launched. We'll be seeing all these new features in the demo as well. We have been getting a lot of requests. How do you add custom themes, branding to my dashboards? I need to share dashboard with my clients. Now you have support for that. We'll be seeing how it can be used. We can now create dashboard from multiple files, multiple sheets. All you need to do is just specify your prompt, what you really need from those multiple files, and the dashboard will get created. All the dashboards what you create are auto refreshable by default. All you need to do is just import your data or update your data, the new set of data, the dashboard will get refreshed. We have also added support for templates where you can reuse the dashboards what you have created and filter so that you can drill down and use slicers as you would have seen in other dashboarding products. Very recently, we supported for bigger files as well, which are around 300 to 500K rows of data. Now, how it actually works, it's pretty simple. All you need to do is just click on Create Dashboard. You'll be prompted to import your file. We support various types of data, XLSX, CSV, PDF images are also supported with the help of AI now. So it can extract tables out of those formats. And your data, I think we have been getting a lot of requests how secure my data is, how private my data is. Rest assured, your data is fully encrypted both in transit as well as at rest. We use very secure AWS infrastructure with all the industry standard practices so that your data is only private and available only to you. Now, your data is also never used for AI training. So we are using different AI models and AI providers, but none of your data is being used for any of those AI model training. Once you have imported your data, either you can provide a custom prompt, but even if you don't provide any custom prompt, we will directly try to understand your data and create charts, KPIs, summary tables, insights, and trends from your data, which we'll be seeing it in the next section. Once the dashboard has been created, this is one of the advantages what you get in Bricks is all of your dashboard is customizable. So you can edit the blocks, you can add more charts, you can interact with AI to update your dashboard according to your requirement. So everything is editable and customizable. Finally, once you are satisfied with your dashboard, you can either share it with your colleagues, other friends using email addresses, or export it with the help of PDF and PPTX format. You can also create a public link so that you can just share it over an internet so that anyone can just get an access to that link. We'll be seeing all of these things in detail. Um, I think without further ado, let's directly drop into our demonstrations. So Nathan, on to you. Just one thing is we'll be dropping, so feel free to drop your questions on the Zoom chat as we are going through the demonstration and throughout the webinar. And at the end, we'll be sharing a poll. So please help answering those questions and taking your feedback. Okay, Nathan, on to you.
All right, sounds good. Thank you very much, Anshul. I will just share my screen so you can see the demo. All
Yes,
right, there we
yes, we
go.
can see the screen. Awesome.
All right, so I will be demoing various ways that you can create your own dashboard right in Bricks. So it's super easy. To start off, we're just going to press this Create Dashboard button right here.
Yeah.
So it shows us this UI for creating a dashboard. I have the opportunity to upload various types of files like XLSX, CSV, PDF, PNG, image files, up to 5. To make it simple for this first demo, I'm just going to upload a single CSV file. So this is going to contain some sales data, and I don't have any instructions right now because this is optional. I'm just going to generate a dashboard directly from this file and let the AI figure everything out on its own. So I've uploaded some data for sales from January to March. And what the AI is going to do is we've got several agents that go through and work on creating the dashboard. Each agent is optimized for what its particular job is. For example, first we have an AI that is focused purely on just planning out the dashboard and understanding your data so it knows what needs to be put into the dashboard.
Yeah.
Next, we have several individual agents that are going to process your data by themselves and focus on their particular job, such as creating like these blocks here for specific metrics and KPIs. We've got another agent specifically for creating charts, another agent specifically for creating tables. And then once each of these individual blocks is created, we have another set of agents that go and look at your data and these created blocks. And it will pull out specific important insights from each of them. So as you can see, we've already got some insights there.
Hmm.
Then once all of that is complete, we generate a summary of your dashboard. And after that, make sure everything is put in a logical, organized place. And just like that, your dashboard is done. This is very fast and very easy. I didn't do any work. I just sat here and talked.
It hardly took a minute or couple. That's awesome.
Yeah, depending on how complex your data, it'll be a little faster or a little slower. But yeah, usually it's not a big deal. It's very quick. All right, so now that the first or dashboard is created, I want to start making some customizations to it. So over here, you can see that we've got some themes that we can select from. If I click this little button here, I can see a few more themes, and you can just easily just click on them. It's going to change the theme you've got over here, going to change the colors and font. You can pick whatever theme that is pre-made that you think looks pretty good. However, we have a new feature now where you can select a custom theme.
Uh,
So to get there, you click this themes button over here. and you get a similar UI. And looks like there's already a few custom themes here, which we previously generated. I'm gonna make one that's similar to this. I'm just gonna delete that, and then we
Right.
can recreate it. So just to show you like what I'm going to be like how we're going to be creating this theme, I'm going to show you what the image looks like. So you can
Mm.
add images into your dashboard. So I'm just going to show you, I'm going to use this image to create the theme. So it's got like some black and yellow shades in there. So get rid of that. And I'm just going to upload that using this brand theme button over here.
Awesome. So we can import images and PDF reports or screenshot of your website or logo. Anything will work over here. Is that correct, Nitin?
Yeah, anything that generally contains the colors that you want. So as we can see, it has generated this theme right here. It's got like the yellow color and the dark, like
Oh,
very dark gray, close to black color. So yeah, it
that's
just
fine.
basically it looks at the image that you provided and it pulls out some colors. And if it doesn't have enough colors, it's going to generate a few more that fit nicely with the colors in your image. So you get the whole dashboard theme filled out just from uploading a single image.
Awesome. So once this theme has been applied, Nathan, can we do more customization? Can I change the color of some specific block or maybe the background of the whole dashboard?
Yeah, for sure. So the entire dashboard is customizable. So for example, if I wanted to change the background of this overview block, I can go over to block style and then click on the background color button here. And I can change it to something like this if I wanted, or if I wanted to stand out a little more, I could change
Mm,
it to this, whatever color you want. Other than just blocks, you can change the entire board background by going up to the three dots menu up here and clicking board style. And then you have another color picker right here. So I can pick this and then make the entire background of the board its own color as well.
right. Nice. Oh, that's amazing that we are actually able to modify each and every aspect of the dashboard according to our branding requirement, according to our themes. So
Yeah. Yeah,
good.
lots of customization. So other than like simple color changes like this, you can do a whole lot more. You can add new blocks and move existing blocks around. So similar to how I added that image block before, I can press the plus button and add some new types of blocks here. Got text, image, chart, table, and canvas for even more powerful visual styles. You can remove that if you want and you can completely reorganize your entire dashboard however you want. For example, like you can just pick this up and
Mm,
move it around wherever you want. If I want it up here, I can move it here. I can resize. Maybe I wanted it these two switch. So I can pick that up and put that on that side if I want. So you have a lot of customization options right here. Now,
awesome.
other than just general updates to the location and colors. You can also go into specific things like charts and customize those. So if I wanted to edit things in like how this chart looks, I can go in and press the edit button up here and I can make some edits. For example, I could change the chart type to something else. I could make it horizontal. I could make it a line chart, various styles of line if I wanted to. Could do some other things like changing the individual color in here and various other options. Like you can like change the sorting, change filtering down here with
Mm.
selecting which things you want in here. But I'm just going to press cancel so we don't save any of that because if I'm not sure how to do that stuff manually, I can ask AI to do it. So for example, I'm going to like click on this chart to make sure that the AI is going to see chart number one, and then I'm just going to ask it to make a change. Change this chart to a line chart.
So any updates or modifications we want to do with our chart is available with the help of AI. Is that correct?
Yes, exactly. So you don't have to do everything manually if you don't want to or you don't know how to yet. So just like that, I asked it to make it a line chart. And now, as you can see, this used to be a bar chart and it has been automatically updated to a line chart.
Awesome. That's great. Awesome. Can we also change the colors using AI? Like, for example, if I just want to change it to a different shade of red.
Yeah, sure. So let's ask it to change the colors. It's the colors to, let's say, light red.
Yeah,
Yeah, so you can give little instructions on like what kind of color you might want it. And there you go. Now it is a light red.
got it. So this is amazing. Can we actually add new charts over here? For example, few of the charts are not created according to my requirements. Maybe can I just now ask AI to add more charts and insights from that?
Yeah, for sure. So let's click this X here so we're not specifically talking about that chart.
Mm.
So I'm just going to ask the AI to create a new chart for me. Let's give it a little bit of instruction. New chart that doesn't already exist in this dashboard. So now it's going to check and make sure that it's going to create something different than all of the existing charts.
Mm. So we don't even have to specify what chart do I want. AI understands what my dashboard consists of and it will create a new chart according to those charts.
Yeah, it can like look at your data and figure out what it needs to make, even if you don't specify. Like if you want something specific, that's perfect. Like it's going to do a great job at giving you what you want. But if you just ask something general, it can make something. You don't know what you're going to get, but you'll get something that works for sure. So here
Awesome.
we got a new chart that is total revenue by product. So it's showing us the revenue that each of these cookie products have made in like this fake sales data that I've
Got it.
uploaded.
And if I now needed to generate an insight after the chart has been created, is there an easy way to do that?
Yeah, for sure. We've got this little three dots menu here. I can
Mm,
click Generate Insights. I could also, since it's selected, I could ask the AI to create it. But
mm,
since I already know about this Generate Insights button, I can just click that there. And it's gonna spin for a little bit as it figures out what the insights from this data is.
mm,
And there we go. So now we've got this insight. Let's make it a little bit bigger. There we go. So it talked about like peanut butter being the lead, which it absolutely is, and then chocolate chip and double chocolate are next, which they are. So yeah, it like figures out what information is in your data and just puts it into plain text right here.
that's great. So Nathan, now that the dashboard has been generated, we have seen some customization, new addition of charts, and like few of the editing capabilities. Once the dashboard has been finalized, what are the different capabilities as far as the sharing is considered? How do I share this dashboard with anyone else?
Yeah, so to share this dashboard, we've got our share button like up at the top menu bar here. So you can click that. And you can share with various people in your organization through their name or email address. And you can control what sorts of permissions they have on the file. You can also share it just by clicking copy link here. And then you can just paste the link and share with anyone who needs to be able to see it.
Mhm.
Control access here. Only users with can access with link or any user with link can edit. So you might not want to let everyone edit. So normally the default is safer.
Got
If you want to download it, you can download as a PDF or PPTX slideshow file. And then to share publicly on the web, you can press this Create Public Link button here. Then you can select which parts of this file you want to share. I only want to share the dashboard, for example, and not the underlying data that we uploaded. So I'm just going to click a check mark on the dashboard box there and then press create.
it.
So now I have this public link right here. I can just press copy public link and paste that anywhere, and then anyone on the internet anywhere can come and look at this dashboard.
Awesome. So that will be super helpful for us to create a dashboard with some public data and just share it publicly on the internet.
Exactly. And if you ever decide you don't want your dashboard to be public anymore, you can click on this green bar here where it says anyone on the internet can view, and then you have the option to unpublish your dashboard. So you can just press this unpublish all button, and now the public link is gone and your dashboard is no longer public.
Great. Awesome, Nathan. So this is really cool. Now, we have been getting a lot of questions in our previous training sessions as well that as a user, I want to create or analyze my data from different data sources, from different files, different sheets. Um, and I know we recently introduced this feature. So maybe can we quickly walk through of that feature where we are able to create dashboards from multiple files, and how do I customize dashboard with, for example, my custom prompt?
Yeah, for sure. So a lot of people they want to be able to create a dashboard from multiple files. So for the first example, I only uploaded one file here. So
Mm,
now when I click, I'm actually going to select two different files. So previously I had uploaded um, the January to March data, but now I'm also going to include a file that has April data in it. And I want to add a little customization to make sure the AI to make sure it knows what I want it to do
mm,
because I don't just want it to do its own thing when creating this dashboard. I specifically want to give it some instructions on um, how it should look at the data and like what sort of outputs I want it to give. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy and paste like a pre-written little instruction that I've
mm,
got here. So I'm going to ask it to create a dashboard focusing on monthly sales. I want it only to compare the month of March and April.
mm.
And I'm going to ask it to analyze different sales metrics for all locations. And I'm specifically going to ask it to include a chart that shows which locations did best in the sales.
Got it. So you can actually write our own requirements over here in any manner, just like in plain English, in any prompt, and AI will be able to understand your requirement before it generates a dashboard. So
Yeah.
Nathan, actually, there is a relevant question from Janarth. Any tips on getting the AI to consistently focus its insight on business key metrics? I found that the insights were unfocused and the narrative of insights was lacking. So I suppose this is the place where we can specify a requirement if we really want the AI to focus on some specific aspect of your data, or you want your insights to be focused on, again, based on your requirements. You just specify your requirements over here and AI will be able to understand your requirements.
Yeah, and just like I was showing earlier, where I asked it to create a chart, I didn't give it any specific things to do when creating the chart, so it just created a chart. But if you want it to do specific things, you got to ask it in the prompt and like give it direct instructions.
Absolutely.
So I'm just going to press generate dashboard here, and it's going to go through the same dashboard creation process. As we can see this time now, we've got the two data files, one for April and one for January and March. So while that's going, we can answer a couple questions. We have five tables, so no need to data modeling. Um, yeah, like if you're basically just saying you need it to create a dashboard from multiple tables, it can do it. Like it's doing it right now, and we'll show you how it can figure out how to create the dashboard from multiple tables on its own without too much pre-processing. Uh,
Yeah, I think.
most of the questions.
Next question is from Omar. How can I refresh dashboard templates made of multiple files? I want to use similar files each month. Omar, I think we'll be demoing how to reuse the templates, what you just created in the next section. Unfortunately, we do not support the templates from multiple files as of now. We are in the process of supporting it from multiple files. So hopefully in another few weeks of time, we'll be able to do that. For now, we do support it with a single file. So every time you can re-import your data and the dashboard will get updated, which I think Nathan will be covering it up soon, pretty soon.
Yeah, I'm going to show you guys how to reuse dashboards like templates.
Exactly.
We do have someone asking for me to share the prompt that I used in the chat, so I'm just going to paste that in there so you guys can see the
Sure.
prompt that I used to create this particular dashboard.
Awesome. Okay. So, yeah, so the dashboard is now completed and hopefully it should have understood our requirements.
Yeah, so we asked it to create a dashboard focusing on March versus April sales. So we can already see that reflected in the title. And we've got information here specific to March and April. So we've got total March sales, total April sales. We've got top performing locations by units sold, which is also part of the instruction that we told it to. We told it to create a chart comparing locations for each month. And so we've got March in blue and April in green over here. And yeah, so it's all focused on just March
March and
versus
April.
April data.
Even though the data had January, February, I think based on our requirement, it was able to focus only on those specific months and comparing those two.
Yeah, so we had all data. So one file had January to March and the other file just had April. So it figured out it just needed to show March and April data, even though it was spread across two different files. Yep, it was able to figure it out and show us what we needed.
That's good. Awesome. So I think we tried to handle some of the questions. I think some of the questions are related actually to the next section. So maybe let's cover the next section, some of the advanced features, Nathan, and then we can revisit the questions. So yeah, so once the dashboard now has been created, Nathan, a general question is, how will the dashboard be updated if you change the data?
Yeah, so to show this off, it's easier for me to go back to the original one where we don't have as much data.
Yeah.
So if we look at let's say this line chart over time, for example, it starts at the 1st of January. If I want to make some sort of change, for example, to my data, I can go over and here's like the table of data that we have. Actually, let's do the end of the table. It's easier. So it ends at the end of March. So let's go here and let's scroll to the end of the table. So if I just wanted to cut off, for example, and I didn't want it to go all the way to the end of March, and I was like, let's do the end of February instead. I'm just going to drag this table only to include up to the end of February. So now that I've edited my original data, this data in your dashboard is going to refresh. So now you can see it goes from January only to February. So because I have edited the original data, everything in your dashboard is going to change. All of these numbers here are now different than what they were before. It's all been recalculated.
Got it. So what matters is not the data on the spreadsheet, but what part of data is encapsulated under a table. So the table determines what data is being pulled by the dashboard. Is that correct, Nathan?
Yes, exactly. So whatever's in your table is what gets calculated in the dashboard.
Got it.
So I'm just going to
And
press Control Z to undo that so we can do something else as well.
got it. And as we have seen that you created a dashboard, earlier dashboard with the help with the April's data as well. Like this data is from January to March. Can I just import my April's data and keeping the dashboard as it is, exactly the same?
Yeah. So let's say you've got a situation where you have January to March data, and now you've got your new April data. Instead of what we did before, where we created the whole dashboard from scratch from January to March plus April, we can
Hmm.
just update our existing dashboard by adding in the April data. So to do that, you go to your grid spreadsheet page over here where you've got your imported data. Then you press this actions button here and you can click add to table. So if
Uh,
you've got like a new set of data that's like the same structure and you can just want it to append the new data, I can click that and then select my April data. So now it has automatically added the April data here. And so we see 4 in the front for April. It's just added it directly to the end of the table. So now when we go back to the dashboard, it's going to recalculate the whole thing to be from January to April. So as
got
we've added data to the table, that data is now incorporated into our dashboard.
That's amazing. So, Nathan, we also saw that yes, the charts got updated as soon as the data was imported. But as I can see the key insights, for example, the second insight is still the old insight. I cannot see my April's trend or insights over there. Is there an easy way to just refresh all the insights based on the new set of data?
Yeah, for sure. So once you update your data, yeah, you might want to make sure your key insights are updated.
Mhm.
So to do that, when you're in the dashboard over here, we also have an actions button. You can click that and you can press this refresh insights button. So now it's going to look at the updated visuals and data in your dashboard and regenerate the insights so that they actually match the updated data that you have. So it does it for all of them. And then it'll also regenerate the insights summary up here, since if these insights have changed, the summary is also going to need to change.
Got it.
So we've got a few done already, and there we go. Now it's done. And our insight summary is also updated.
That's great.
So it should include the new data. As you can see here, it says and volatility continues into April. It didn't say
Mhm.
anything about April before, and now that we've got the April data in there, it does take it into consideration.
Got it. Okay, that's great. Nathan, now once the dashboard has been created, I wanted to maybe understand or focus my dashboard only on for some specific locations or specific to a product. How can I do that? Do I need to always modify my data and get the dashboard generator, or can I just add some filters and slices directly on the dashboard?
Yeah, so a super powerful feature we have is being able to just filter down your existing dashboard.
Mhm.
So what I can do is I can go into the EA bar here and ask it to create a filter based on location. So if I just wanted to filter it based on particular locations, it's going to create a filter that I can use to select that, which I can use to filter the dashboard. All right, so we've got a location filter up here now. This has been added by the AI for me. And now I can select which locations I want this dashboard to be filtered by. So if I don't want any of these locations that start with an S, or I just want las and los locations, I can just deselect the ones I don't want, keep the ones I do want. And now there's only two bars here, only showing the locations that I have specifically filtered in here. And it updates in real time. So if I do want to add Portland in, I can select that and it automatically updates. Now Portland's in here.
Right, so everything is getting updated in real time. As soon as you apply the filters, all the charts and everything will get updated. And if I needed to again refresh the insights based on the new filtering, new set of data, I just click refresh insights again.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. Now, I think the next set of feature is exactly related to the question what I think maybe Jose has asked on our Q&A panel. How consistent the models are. If I upload the same file, does it give the same dashboard each time? So maybe the requirement is to use the dashboard, same dashboard every time with either the same set of data or new set of data. So maybe Nathan, you can answer this and proceed.
Yeah, yeah. So to directly answer the question, like if you're not giving the AI any instructions, if you're just uploading and just letting it create the dashboard, it's going to create like slightly different dashboards each time. It's not going to be exactly the same because AI is always slightly random. So if you want to make sure, like let's say I liked this layout, if I liked the colors, for example, of this particular dashboard that I created, I might want to use this as a template. So what I can do is, um, let's just get rid of this filter here for now, since I don't want to template my filter.
Mm,
So what I can do is I can go here and I want to save this as a template. So I can go to the file UI sort of here, click this three dots menu and press duplicate. So now I've got a copy of this file and I want to make sure everyone knows that it's a template.
yeah.
So I'm going to rename it and make it clear that it's a template. So now someone can go and change the original file as much as they want, but I've got this version that is saved here still. So I'm going to go into the template. It's the same file, just an exact copy, as you can see. And now that I've got this saved and I want to reuse it as a new dashboard with different data, I can go to the Actions button here and press Reuse Dashboard. So what this is going to allow me to do is I can change out the data. So we've got this sales data for January to March, and it's all American data, American like cities and states. And let's say I've got completely different data for a different location. So I want to reuse the dashboard by clicking that button there, and I'm going to select a different CSV file with the same
Mhm.
structure of data, but for a completely different location. So the different structure of data, like the different data is going to be for the United Kingdom, the
Mhm.
UK. So you've already seen we've got Scotland sales here. So it's essentially just replaced the original data with the new data, and it's recreating the dashboard based on that new data file that I have selected.
So everything will remain same. The chart, the type of charts, if any customizations have been done by you, be it related to the themes or addition of new charts, everything will remain as it is.
Yeah, exactly. So as you can see how we made that edit earlier to make this chart a light red and a line chart, that is all right there. It's the like exact same structure that we had before. Remember, like we added this chart at the bottom there previously and created the insights for it. So it's just going to go through and make sure every single chart and table and piece that we had in the previous dashboard is there, but it's just going to replace all the information. So now our information in it is like this line is going down much more steeply because the data for sales for the UK is different.
Awesome. So this reuse template can be actually used once I finalize my dashboard and I need to either keep on updating and creating new dashboards with my new set of data, or I want to reuse the dashboard for multiple clients, like different data sets, different clients, and just share the same dashboard with all the clients, for example.
Yeah, exactly.
Amazing, Nathan. So I think we of course have few time left to answer some of the questions. Before we take some of the Q&A, I'll just start the poll for everyone. So everyone, please take some time to answer the poll questions. It will really help us to shape our product and to prioritize some of the features what you might request it over there. So I think we can take some of the next set of questions. Okay, I'm starting with how can I? Okay, the next question is from Omar. How can I refresh dashboard template made of multiple files? I think we already answered this particular question. The next question is, what are the limitations of the free version, Nathan?
What are the limitations of the free version? So there are a couple limitations. Like everything you see here that has a purple star next to it, you can only use with a subscription. So if you want to use that reuse dashboard feature, or you want to like automatically have it refresh all the insights, or if you want to press this button to have the AI automatically add filters up at the top, like we did to filter down the dashboard. Like all of that stuff is only if you have a subscription. I'll actually answer two questions in one here because we had a question on how you can like download the dashboard. So we do
Okay.
have an export button here. So you can export the dashboard as a PDF. This is also a subscription only feature. But for just creating dashboards and typing to the AI and asking it to make changes and manually making changes, all of that is available in free. And we don't have any limitations on the number of files or dashboards you can create. Like it's unlimited.
Okay, that's great. The next question is, uh, there an API for Bricks? How can I connect this with either Google Sheet or SQL Server or something like that? So I think I can quickly try to cover the next set of product features what we have in pipeline. I think so. What we are trying to do is we are trying internally to create some data connectors. So that's why I think there is a question on the poll as well. Like you can let us know what is the highest priority data connector for you, be it Postgres, Salesforce, or any other data connectors like Google Sheets or OneDrive, for example. And we are currently working on these things. We are also currently working on to support various APIs so that you can directly create dashboards just with the help of a simple API. You can connect the API, for example, in your workspace, like Slack, for example. You can upload your file, give a command, and the dashboard will get created. So embeddable dashboards, API support, and data connectors is something which we are currently working on. And hopefully in another few weeks, months of time, we should be able to come up with these features live. So yes, as we had shown, it's very easy for you to just import your data and the dashboard will get updated. For now, it's super simple to just import your data and refresh your dashboards. Very soon, you'll be able to connect your data with your choice of data connectors as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
So another
Yes.
question from Umar, how do you add a table such where you go to check what table is attached to your data right now?
Yeah.
And could we remove the table? So how it works is, let's look at this chart, for example. So this chart, you can press this view data button here, and that'll take me to the data that, like the specific table. So what the AI does is it looks at your original data, and then it will generate its own tables that are used by the charts. So this is the actual table that is used by the chart. So I can click on the chart button to go back directly to this chart. And so, since this table that the chart is using this table, like you wouldn't be able to delete this table. Otherwise, your entire dashboard is going to fall apart because this table, it needs this original table to work. So any tables that you created the dashboard with and are actually like the data is being pulled from here, you don't really want to like delete or change or anything because then that data is going to be lost from over here.
Great. The next question is from Kaushik. Nathan, how do you calculate all these summary tables and all the calculations, for example? What's
Yeah,
the
well, the AI figures it out for us. Like we don't do most of the calculation. Like the AI, like as I said, when the initial dashboard is being created, we've got like multiple stages of agents. The first agent is going to come up with a plan of what each chart is supposed to look like. And then we've got individual agents that take that plan and they just figure out, okay, they're responsible for a particular part. So
Mhm.
then the specific agent for like this chart, it decided um, how to create that underlying data table based on the data in your original table. So like it looks at your data and figures out how to process it to create this chart. So we don't do a whole bunch of calculations. Like the AI is really doing the one doing the calculations.
That's great. Okay. So I think another thing is, yes, we are able to support a lot of AI spreadsheet calculations. So Nathan, the grid, what you had shown earlier, the data, what you had shown earlier, it's a complete AI spreadsheet. So feel free to add your AI command directly on the grid, and you can do any calculations you want on the grid as well. If you really need to clean up your data or add some calculations, you can easily do it over here.
Yeah, and that actually is a way that we can answer one of the questions from Umar and what was not able to change the label spelling on the x-axis. How could we do it? So, for example, if in your original data, like you spelled something incorrectly here, you can go and because Snickerdoodle would appear in many locations, like here and here, you can go and ask the AI here to change the spelling of it. So it'll automatically update all the locations. So like I can just I don't know if we have time for me to show an example of that, but like I could just type in here, hey, if I spelled Snickerdoodle wrong, go and change the spelling to the correct spelling, and it'll update all the original data here, and then that will automatically be reflected in your dashboard.
Got it. That's cool. Awesome. I think I'll just take the last question. And sorry, guys, we will run out of time pretty soon. So if you have more questions, feel free to add or send us the query. Maybe I'll just share my screen. Uh, wait, so just a second. I need to remove.
Yeah, while you're sharing, I'll quickly answer Matthias's
Sorry.
question. Can you export data from bricks to Excel format? In the like the spreadsheets part of bricks, yes, you can absolutely export that to either XLSX or CSV. The dashboard itself, since it's a whole custom like visual layer that we've built, you can't export that part, but the actual data for sure, you can absolutely export that to Excel format.
Absolutely. So, thank you so much, Nathan. And as I was saying, if any of the questions are unanswered, definitely feel free to drop a message from the help section. You should be able to see the help section on the left navigation bar. Just click on that button, and you can either start a conversation with us or you can schedule a call with us. You will be talking with a real human. So we are a small team, but we really pride ourselves in really talking to all the customers, understanding their requirements and problems. So do drop an email either on support or drop a message via the help section. And please keep an eye on the follow-up email. I'll be sharing more details over there. I'll be also sharing the recording of this session. And yes, I think there is just one last question from Surya is how the AI message usage is calculated. So let me just answer that. Your AI message usage is calculated based on the number of AI messages you are sending. So every time you send a message on the AI chat, it will be consumed or taken as one AI message. However, whenever you create dashboard or reports, it depends. It really depends on the number of blogs, the number of charts, the number of insights we are creating. Based on that analysis, we are consuming the AI messages. So it can vary between 8 to 15, depending on what type of prompt you are also giving. So I think we are almost on time. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much for attending the webinar. Thanks, Nathan, for going through all the demonstration.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Bye. Have a good day.
Bye.